Hey Anons. Been a lurker since 2013, I figured it was finally my time to green text a personal story. It takes place in fall of 2016, back when all that killer clown stuff was going on. Be me, 18-year-old stoner. Decide to take a week-long trip with my two other 18-year-old stoner friends, Jake and Matt. Live in Colorado mountain town. Rent a cabin in the Rockies, really isolated and deep in the wilderness. Day of the trip, we all load into my shitty 1994 Chevy 1500, pig-related, looked exactly like it. Axle is misaligned and at the time I was driving with a spare tire. Thing only starts half the time the key is turned. Our equipment included about 8 grams of weed, my dad's Mossberg 500 shotgun and a box of 25 12-gauge rounds. Managed to find the cabin, no cell signal so we had to use an atlas. We have a good time that night. Fireplace lit. Rolling blunts. One of the best nights of my life, burned through a quarter of our weed that night alone. Wake up the next morning feeling great, Jake and Matt are passed out on the floor. Want to get some fresh air? Go to the back door, open it and step out onto the porch. View is beautiful, cabin is on a hill with the woods beginning about 150-200 yards down the slope. At first, take it all in for a minute. Begin to notice something odd. I can see disturbed snow by the tree line, it looks very unnatural, something living has definitely messed with it. Go inside to grab my winter boots. Jake is cooking breakfast and Matt is still out on the ground. Grab my boots and head for the door. Jake asks where I'm going, reply I'm going to go check something out. Walk down the hill to the disturbed snow. There is a 4-foot-tall pile of snow and dirt against a tree, with a proportionate hole in the ground next to it. Normally I would assume that someone fell into a tree well and dug themselves out of it. But the hole goes 2 feet down into dirt. Bend down to inspect it. Shovel marks. No one is supposed to be out here but us. Cabin owners are staying in town and there is not one other man-made structure in 10 miles. Get the creeps and decide to go back to the cabin. As soon as I turn my back to the woods, I get a weird feeling, like someone's watching me. Hoof it back. Wake Matt up and tell them about what I saw. Text the cabin owners, they have no idea who it could be. Day passes, we all forget about it. Go sledding, there was a perfect spot a few miles down up the road. Few hours pass, we are all freezing. It's getting dark so we all pile up in the truck and head back. Arrive at cabin, unlock the door. Something seems off, get an uneasy feeling, but nothing is out of the ordinary. That night, take mushrooms and trip balls, fall asleep high. Wake up early the next morning at sunrise. Wash my face in the bathroom, I can still feel the shrooms. Look out window and drink coffee. There are tracks in the backyard, not the tracks I left yesterday, but new ones. It looks like it's just one person's footprints but circle themselves like the person was pacing back and forth for a long time. Tracks come from the woods and eventually go back to the woods. Footprints come up to the windows multiple times. Doesn't look like this guy approached the back porch. Still tripping but not hallucinating. Wake my buddies up. Show them the tracks. They agree that we should probably leave. We all pack our stuff that morning and hop in the truck. Turn the key. Doesn't start. Try again, multiple times. Nothing. Not even the rumbling that indicates the truck is trying to start. Okay, real problem on our hands. Battery is probably dead, it dies almost every winter. Or that guy messed up my truck. Never mess with the truck. Wav. Fuck this. Unpack. Give the truck a once-over. Battery is dead, fuse is gone. Fucker really stole a single fuse. Realize that we are so fucked, this is how horror movies start. trapped in the cabin until the owners or someone else can come back and save us. Text owners, text parents, try to call mechanic. Can't call cops because we currently have a whole lot of illegal drugs. Service is out again, no texts get through. Decide that we are going to survive this at all costs. It's like 10 a.m. at this point. Inform buddies. They agree that we need to stand our ground and defend ourselves. Set up mattresses on the floor. Close all blinds. Make sure every entrance is locked. We chill in the cabin smoking and talking about our circumstance for the rest of the day. Eventually, it gets dark. Sleep in shifts, I go first. Each lookout gets the shotgun. Eventually my shift ends, hand the gun to Jack and fall asleep. Get woken up from Jake shaking me. Dude. What? Hear scratching at the window. Immediately wide-eyed awake, feel completely sober and alert. Grab shotgun. Walk slowly to the sliding glass door. In one swift motion, open it, walk outside and let off a warning shot. What looks like a man scrambles around the side of the cabin, out of view. Moved fucking fast as hell. No human is supposed to be able to move that fast. Up until this point I thought we were dealing with a normal guy. My confidence drains away as I realize how absolutely fucked we are. Go back inside and tell my buddies who are now wide awake, that I think this thing is paranormal. Discuss what we know about it. Thing only really comes out at night. Is scared off easily. Seems to be more curious than malicious. I'm pretty sure I pissed it off. Sure enough, scratching at windows starts again, this time faster and less precise. Matt moves to open the blinds. I quietly stop him. Something tells me if this thing sees us it'll attack. Check phone, mostly out of habit. Miraculously, there is cell service. Text Dad, he has a whole arsenal back at home. Responds within a few minutes, even though it was 1 a.m. He's on his way. Took us an hour and a half to get here, we just need to hold out for that long. Scratching at windows stops. We all look at each other. Suddenly, the front door starts banging, shaking the hinges. This thing is trying to bust down the door. I grab the shotgun and take cover behind the couch. Thing eventually gives up. I guess it's fast but not strong. I'm sure if we were camping this thing would have killed us the first night. Eventually my dad gets to the cabin with a bunch of guns. We all stay in the living room together for the rest of the night, and leave the next morning. We came back for my truck the next week. The cabin owners eventually refunded us after listening to our story. What do you think /x/? Was it a Skinwalker? Never heard of one out in Colorado. Pick related, the approximate area that it happened.